Hi guys, welcome to Captain German Exploring YouTube channel. Today we will have a sad movie about dying boat. The boat was heading to Panama from Colombia. 1 mile away from Linton Bay Marina, he hit a reef and his boat was totally damaged. I think everybody should learn their own lesson, because in this story it's not only problem of navigation but also problem of people around. Let's go deeply inside. You can see some boats around me. It is an anchorage of Linton Bay. Few hundred meters away, it's a Linton Bay Marina. So that's place exactly the boat Parle wanted to get. But unfortunately, his trip has been finished very close to this small island you can see behind me. And on the side there is a reef where the boat is located now.
'Cause nothing has to be the same. Let me take the pain out of your veins. Let me heal your soul. Let me take control. It's always darkest before all the dawn. You take a deep breath, love. Deep breath, love. Deep breath, love. Deep breath. Take a deep breath, love. And dive in. And dive in. And dive in.
Next morning I spoke with the captain and I would not prefer to use his name. Let's use the name John Smith. Of course, as a sailor I have my own opinion about the situation, but I would not prefer to judge anybody. I want to tell you just facts about this situation. I will give you all information he provided to me, so you can make your own idea what had happened. I would like to remind you, this boat was heading to Panama from Colombia. This is not a really difficult trip, because it's about 500 miles away, even less. But in the north coast of Colombia, the weather is quite tricky. It's always storming, and the most difficult is the wind, which is going from Atlantic Ocean with a swell, of course, meet with a current who is going against wind. The waves became higher and sharper. So period of waves became shorter, and it's a quite difficult place for navigation. However, 3 days before Panama, the boat lost its autopilot. So, as you understand, you have to steer 3 days. 3 days of steering, it's a very difficult process, because you cannot sleep, you cannot eat, you are losing your energy, you are losing your conscience, everything. So I had experience in the Indian Ocean. We were sailing with my wife together, and we had to steer 1560 miles because our autopilot was broken and I was not able to fix it. Unfortunately, we had to steer, 2 of us, and I would tell you, it is a nightmare, because when we come to Mauritius, we called to Coast Guard, and when they came to our boat and saw us, they said, have a rest, we will come next morning, because we were totally exhausted brain totally damaged, and it was extremely difficult. Of course, it was a different situation because we were two of us. At least we were able to sleep un poco, a little bit. But in a situation when you have to steer 3 full days, I could not even imagine. That is an extremely difficult situation. When you come to entrance, you could be so exhausted and you cannot understand the reality. Where are you now? Because your reality totally changed because your brain was overloaded. I think the problem was with electricity supply because in line with the autopilot, chart plotter was broken as well. So I think all electricity gone and all the system were switched down with no possibility to start it back. And before the entrance, the captain lost his phone with maps, so he was totally without any source of navigation and he had to guess where the entrance is. So now I would like to show you the entrance from a sky. There are 3 different islands. The Grand Island, this is a small one, I don't remember the name, and Linton Island. So the entrance is between that small island and Grand Island. Quite wide, big one, but if you come to the wrong position and you cannot understand where are you now, this small island and Grand Island looks like one big island. So probably you need to go away to understand better because of brain was overloaded. He decided to go around the reef, and this period of time the weather was extremely bad. It was a stormy weather because even now inside the anchorage, inside marina, we had a huge waves. Few boats start to drag in and hit reef. One trimaran was extremely badly damaged. So return to La Parle. The captain started to move along the reef, and one big wave lifted the boat and smashed it to the reef because probably he was too close to the reef. But when you extremely exhausted, sometimes it's very difficult to find what are you doing right or not. So he was too close to the reef and wave lifted him and smashed boat to the reef. The keel was cut from a boat and the whole structure was damaged. So let's go inside and I'll show you the boat from inside and the damages of this boat. Look, mast and shrouds are still here. Look at this boat. The teak all around. These guys try to lift the keel. So dangerous. Look at this swell.
Hola, hola.
Okay, let's go inside. Look at this. Oh my god. It was so beautiful boat. Engine is not here anymore. It's only transmission, only gearbox. When you stay here you can feel the vibration when the waves smash into the hull. This vibration is horrible because you can feel it. Oh my god. A lot of diesel in the water, so it's a horrible smell, and I'm now in the water with the diesel, so I need to clean all my clothes after. It looks like I'm on a funeral. Let's look inside. What is this? It's master cabin. Okay. It was so beautiful boat, huh? There is no part of hull, so you can see the ground, you can see a reef, and you can understand which damages this boat got when it was hit into the reef. You see some enforcement, the broken enforcements. I think just in case if owner decide to risk the boat, it is no chance to do with it. I don't know how to fix so bad structural damages. When boat hit a reef, the captain requested assistance and he was delivered to the shore. Now, in a COVID time, there is a special procedure how to get to Panama. You need to pass a COVID test. The captain, John Smith, went to the hospital for passing a test, and as soon as he was extremely exhausted after 3 days of non-stop sailing, he decided to sleep in a hotel. When next morning he came to his boat was totally rubbed. I saw the parts of his boat which were lowered into somebody's boat. The captain came to his boat with a guy from Marina who was responsible for all the technical stuff, and this guy said him, yes, it's very difficult, but it's possible to save his boat from this reef. Yes, it was extremely badly damaged, but there was a chance to save his boat. And when the captain saw his boat, it was totally empty, was robbed by another sailors.
Thinking about it after you think.
I think we'll go that way. In this situation, he asked Marina to save everything from a boat, like engine and other stuff, and that's it. So we can see the process, how boat is dying. So from the beginning it was mostly okay, but at the end it is an empty boat with no mast. So in a few days and maybe after one storm, this boat will be another tourist attraction or kind of lighthouse in this reef. Unfortunately, this boat will not sail anymore. So let's summarize. Probably it was not proper weather. Probably it was not proper time for sailing. I don't know. Maybe if he had no problem with electronics and autopilot, he could come without any problem. But there was no plan B. Just in case of some faults, of some troubles, I think you have to have a plan B, where to go and sleep, and just at least understand when you can come and where you can have a rest. And of course, boat should be prepared well. For example, I installed second autopilot for my boat because I know what does it mean to have an autopilot fault and you have to steer with the hands. It's no problem with a small period of time. Okay, maybe one day. Okay, maybe 2 days. But 3 days, I think it's too much for single-handed sailing. Maybe you have to have more than one chart plotter. Maybe you need to have a extra power supply or different system of power supply in your boat, and knowledge how to connect your chart plotter to your batteries, and to understand at least for a short period of time where are you now and what to do next.
It's always darkest before all the dawn. Take a deep breath, love. Deep breath, love. Deep breath, love. Deep breath. Take a deep breath, love. And dive in. And dive in. And dive in. Sometimes I feel like I run all night into the morning light. All I know is that I wanna run with you. Sometimes I feel like I run all night into the morning light. All I know is that I wanna run with you. Deep breath, love. Take a deep breath, love. Take a deep breath, love. Dive in. Dive in. Dive in.
So guys, I think everybody learned their own lesson. Unfortunately, all sailors perfectly know there is no chance to survive if the nature decides to kill you. So you cannot fight with the nature, you just can go only with the nature. So any fight with the nature, nature will win. The worst part of this, I think, is the sailors who robbed his boat. Unfortunately, it was no insurance for this boat. So this boat was killed, no chance to recover it, to survive, and sailors helped him a lot in his decision. Okay guys, subscribe please to our channel because we want to grow. Write your comments likes, and of course share. Bye bye, see you next week.